Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
$8 million will be tipped into Thursday's state budget for bushfire management and prevention. But the government is facing pressure from business groups and Labor to make sure Tasmanians don't end up in the unemployment line.
Turning up the heat before budget day. Mark Shelton announces a firefighting boost.
There's an extra $4 million going into Tas Fire Service through the State Fire Commission for the work that needs to be done on fire preparation.
Bringing the total to $8 million for the Commission.
That will make sure that we've got better processes in place, better planning, better fuel mitigation, better firefighter readiness going forwards.
$300,000 to also urge landowners to pick up the torch themselves. Authorities say planned burns need to increase.
Over the last 20 or 30 years, the private landowners have done less and less burning, and we know that there are large fuel loads in the bush.
There's a warning construction jobs could go up in smoke.
We're heading towards a cliff when we look at civil construction and also construction across Tasmania. We're worried we're going to see our tradies start to leave the state as other states get the jump on us.
The business lobby argues promised projects aren't being fulfilled, and there's pressure to find work for those still unemployed from the pandemic. Labor says it has a plan.
We will be presenting an alternative to the budget, including a fully cost of jobs plan, because we know this is Tasmania's #1 priority.
4 days to go. Sean McComish, 7 Tasmania News.
It's been anything but smooth sailing for the seafood industry this year, with the pandemic wreaking havoc on the sector on a global scale. The industry is hoping to catch some more customers with a new campaign, urging Australians to support it and eat more local fish.
From tasty ocean trout to delicious deep sea cod.
I have lots of favourite seafood. It's hard to pick any.
A new campaign's been cooked up to get Australians eating more fish.
Just some of those prawns, please. You beauty.
Excellent to promote Australian seafood, purely to increase demand in Australian seafood, and I'm sure it will make a difference.
Buy it fresh, take it home and cook it. Buy it in restaurants, make sure it is Australian seafood.
Eating more seafood, nice, is as easy as throwing together the perfect plate.
If it's full plates you're searching for, look no further than the embattled fishing industry. The coronavirus pandemic merely marked the start of troubled waters.
We know that the fishing industry was one of the first and worst hit.
Matters were made worse earlier this week due to uncertainty around the future of Australian rock lobster exports to China.
The Chinese government have made it clear that there are no trade bans, and we can only take them at their word.
Fishmongers and seafood restaurants are hoping this campaign can lure in some more demand back home.
The reality is that it looks like the export market is going to be fairly soft, and I think, again, a very good reason for Australians, locals, to start to demand and ask for Australian seafood.
So come on Australia, let's eat more seafood. It's easy as.
Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Seriously tasty.
The lines were long as green thumbs rushed to grab a bargain at today's Runnymede Spring Garden Fair. The long-standing fundraiser has kept the National Trust property green and blossoming for nearly 20 years.
For one thing, it certainly gets people to come and have a look at the place. But the money we raise will go towards improving. We run mowers, we have fertiliser needs.
The home dates back to the 19th century. The Royal Hobart Hospital's K Block is now home to a series of Aboriginal artworks. The watercolour drawings were officially opened today with a traditional dance ceremony. The 7 artworks produced by local artist Janice Ross celebrate Tasmania's dual name sites. Motorheads were given a treat on the roads today as a convoy of Holdens took over northern Tasmania. Rotary's Rolling Car Show taking place with 210 Holden vehicles travelling from Launceston to Burnie and vice versa. Some dated back to 1948, while one was the very last car to roll out of the Burnie Holden showroom. 5 Rotary clubs in Tasmania will benefit from the funds raised. A blistering bowling performance has Tasmania on top in their Sheffield Shield match against New South Wales. The Tigers skittled the Blues for just 64, their third lowest total in first-class cricket, while building a solid first innings lead.
Tasmania fielded first on a surface that looked to have some juice for bowlers. Their decision proving to be a wise one.
Uncoils again. Is that an edge? It is. Hughes is on his way.
Bird bowls here, and it's... Is it? Yes, it is.
Moses Enriquez finding runs. However, the Tigers revelled in the conditions. Solway out for 2, Enriquez bowled for 12, and when Neville went for a duck, it was 6 for 29.
And a catch taken, a third slip by Ben McDermott, low to the ground.
The Tigers mauling their opponents as New South Wales limped to 8 for 57 at lunch. Their first innings lasting 4 overs after the break, out for just 64. Tasmania making a strong start in their chase.
It's wide and it's well played by Wakeham through the covers. Gorgeous shot.
The opening partnership worth 43 before a Mitchell Stark outswinger removed Wakeham for 19. Wade went for 10, but Tasmania reached tee in a strong position. Silk and McDermott slowly but steadily building a first innings lead after tea. McDermott fell late with a rash shot, but the Tigers remain in command. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
And it's been a heartbreaking 24 hours for the Hobart Hurricanes in the WBBL. After losing by just 9 runs to the Sixers last night, the Hurricanes were keen to atone against the Thunder this morning. Sydney recovering from a slow start to get the run rate up to around 7 and over. The Hurricanes fighting back with rising star Amy Smith playing a big role. Set 130 for victory, Hobart was cruising at 3 for 112, losing 4 for 7 in a horror collapse. Needing 3 off the final ball to win, the Canes fell short by the barest of margins.
Johnson, Sheffield and Thunder are home by 1 run.
Their next match is against the Renegades on Tuesday. Turning to local soccer now, and the Glenorchy Knights have finished 2020 on a high, defeating Olympia Warriors to win their first Lacazette Cup since 2012. But they didn't have it all their own way, coming from a goal down to secure a 2-1 win.
The stakes were high at KG5 last night, with one final piece of silverware up for grabs this year. Olympia getting a dream start, thanks to a spectacular goal from Adam Gorry.
Gorry stealing it in. Oh, hits it on the ball! Oh, Adam Gorry! The Cup specialist! He's played in 4 of the last finals, and he's put the Warriors ahead.
The Warriors' lead lasting less than 20 minutes.
Curls it deep. Oh, Hoysted's been long! He's misjudged it, and the Magic Man has levelled up.
Thomas Young, the danger man for the Knights, forcing Hoysted into this save, as both sides went in level at half-time. Ben Hamlet went close after the break, but couldn't make good contact. Nick Mearns going even closer to putting the Warriors back in front.
Who steps up, and it's saved by Hart, gets down low and keeps it out.
As extra time loomed, Thomas Young found space to give the Knights a precious lead.
A big chance for Thomas Young! Drives the Knights into the lead!
The Warriors having one late chance to equalise. Callum Brown denied by Lockie Hart. Glenorchy ending the season on a positive note, winning their first statewide cup in 8 years. A fine finish to what was an unpredictable year. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Good evening. Launceston reached a high of 20 today, 16 across Hobart and Devonport, Burnie 17. Bushy Park and Ouse were the state's top, reaching a high of 21, 18 about Strawn and St Helens, Lowhead and Flinders Island 17 and Lyweenie 16. On the close-up shows mid to low-level cloud about parts of the north. Further out, a mid to high level cloud band with thunderstorms is crossing West and South Australia, while patchy cloud sits about the Northern Territory. Tomorrow, a series of cold fronts cross southwest WA and connects to a developing low pressure system. North to northeasterly winds tomorrow 10 to 15 knots, swells up to 3 metres in the west and south and below 1 metre in the north. Tomorrow's forecast now sunny across Hobart and Dover, Ouse 26. In the north, Launceston 23, mostly sunny about Devonport and Scottsdale. Burnie tomorrow mostly sunny, Strawn 23, 18 at Stanley. St Helens mostly sunny, Swansea sunny, becoming windy and 23 at Ross. The UV forecast very high 9s across the state. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast, Tuesday mostly sunny with morning fog patches. Wednesday showers developing about the west in the morning, extending statewide in the afternoon. And Thursday showers about the west, south and northeast in the afternoon. Capital cities 33 in Adelaide tomorrow, Melbourne 27 and Cairns expecting an early shower or two. And currently Hobart 14 and sunny, Launceston 16 and Devonport 14 and sunny. That's all for weather tonight.
Looking like a good week ahead. Thanks for that, Jackie. And that's all your news for this Sunday evening. Thanks as always for joining us. Kim will be back with you tomorrow night. Good night.